another episode of Outcasts to Icons. Now, this is the first episode I've actually recorded of this since we moved to the since the episode where we moved to this club actually went out. So, firstly, thank you for the it was really relatively positive. Well, I say relative, it was an overwhelmingly positive response to us moving to Malta, and it's been fun so far. So let's get it. Actually, before I get into that, also hope everyone had a happy Easter. So yeah, hope you stuffed your face with lots of chocolate. I wanted to get a Malteser as an Easter egg just in honour of us moving here, but yeah, I had to settle for a Whisper one instead. Right, moving along slightly, there's a few things we need to talk about before we get into today's sort of actual happenings, but you can still see what's been going on the screen. You can sort of sense a pattern emerging. So I saw a few comments on the first episode we did here about, like, enough of it to be noticeable, about me accepting international offers. I don't really know where that's come from, because I never said I wouldn't accept international offers. In fact, I've always said the opposite. And it's as if people are thinking I'm turning them down. I've not received any international offers, not even an interview for any national team. I will broach that issue when we actually get one, but we haven't so far, because we're not exactly a high-profile manager just yet, so I don't expect to be getting anything like that anytime soon, basically. So yeah, that's basically that. Also, thank you for all the people that dropped in tips about pronunciation, because my god, some of this stuff is really difficult, but I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit more now, so excuse my faux pas with the pronunciations in the second episode, because that was of course recorded at the same time as the first one, so yeah. Also, this is just blew my mind last night. Some of you will already know what I'm about to talk about, but basically I can only assume one of you must have messaged or tweeted the club or something, I don't know, because the club got in touch with me on Twitter, and yeah, I mean, some of you may have seen it. I might put some screenshots on the screen right now, I don't really know. Basically, they just seem like a really nice bunch. Really down to earth, quite good little bit of banter with them, and you know, they seem like a nice bunch, and it's actually made me want to do even better for them just for that reason alone, because they do seem like a genuinely nice bunch of people, and yeah, it was cool of them to get in touch, and it was cool to chat to them. And so if you are on the fence about going over and following them or something, then please do it. Also, by the way, I know some of you don't want to do that because you don't want to get bombarded with like match day updates. They don't do that kind of thing. Like, I know that a lot of football clubs on Twitter do like match day commentary, and it can get really annoying because it just fills your feed. You won't have to worry about that. Zuriye. That's another thing about the pronunciation. Apparently, because I got conflicting suggestions about how to pronounce the team name, which was a little bit strange. So, some people said I was fine with Zuriye, but some people also said it was Zurich. So I really don't. Zurich or something like that. I don't know. It's a tough one. But yeah. So you won't have any problems like that with them. But also, thank you for all the information provided to me about the club. Apparently someone said they know one of the players. I think it was Nick Gio that plays for the club. Someone actually said they knew him, which is rather cool. So let's jump into kind of what's been going on. Oh, also, the other thing I forgot to mention is, I should have mentioned this while we were in Finnish, is that I actually know all the words to a Finnish rock song. I don't know why, but when I was like 15, I was trying to learn Finnish, because that's just something all 15-year-olds do, isn't it? Yeah, no. And yeah, there's this band called Uniklubi. Some of you Finnish viewers might know them, I don't know. And they had a song called Kakimita Ma Onyan. And for some reason, I felt the need to learn every single lyric to that song. I don't know why I've dropped this in now, but I think it would have been much more appropriate back when we were in Finland, but I only remembered it last night. Right then, that's all of that stuff out the way, and let's get into what's been going on. So, basically, I've changed us around a little bit tactically this month. I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. But basically, after that horrific 5-0 defeat at home to Nashar, I was just, yeah, we needed to get a result. And against Mostar, we kind of got a little bit lucky with this one, I have to say. The luck was in our favour. Now, something else I've started to do is only making 2 substitutions unless I have to. The main reason for that is because I feel like we're going to get those injuries, and I don't want to get stuck in a situation where we have 10 men, basically, for any period of the game, because every point is so important. So I want to make sure that we've always got that one spare, just in case. Sometimes I'll make them in the 90th minute if I have to, just to keep the fresh legs, but I want to try and find a way that we can always make sure we've got a full quota, unless, of course, we get a red card. Now, away at Mostar, it was a very, very poor match. We went 4-4-2 diamond. We've resorted back to that. Basically, I've stopped with my experimental tactic. I've actually removed it. And for the first couple of matches, I only had one tactic selected, because I wanted to try and get a little bit more competency back, because I know that it's better to train when you've just got one up, and unfortunately we might need some second tactics, so I have added a second one back in, because I didn't want to play a 4-4-2 diamond in the game against Valletta, because I thought we'd get absolutely spanked if I did that, because there'd just be so much space, and there's such a better team, we needed to be way more compact. But away at Mostar, they took the lead through Dylan Kutia, and I thought, here we go again. But then we got a little bit of luck. like Clayton Valletta was sent off after 23 minutes, and we really did, I promise you, did try to go forward at this point. And then when they got an injury to Leontiev Konda, I thought, right, okay, you know, they're down to 10 men, they've lost a good player, let's try and go for this. And they kind of shut up shop then and tried to defend the 1-0 lead, and most of the shots that they had were before this, but we just couldn't get enough. I eventually had to switch it to shoot on sight in the end. Thankfully, we did get a penalty through Federico Marachi, and that at least got us a point on the board, because I was starting to get a little bit worried about us in this division. It does appear that Zebbug Rangers are looking like the relegation fodder, but they could still come good, and that's the worry. We need to make sure that we've got enough points on the board. It's going to be a tough season, that much we massively already know. In our next match, now this is the thing, we've actually done okay, as much as it might look like draws, you know, they are draws, but we're scoring a few goals, and these aren't bad. Like, Floriana were, you know, I think they were 4th when we played them, and this was a comeback of all comebacks. Like, oh man, I hate own goals from goalkeepers because it just pisses me off so very much, but basically it happened again. And yeah, just after half-time, we'd done well. I thought we got to half-time, we were looking relatively in the game, but I think they changed some things at half-time, and we were just, well, we got a bit unlucky there. And when we tried to push forward then, of course, Julian Gallia got in there on 60 minutes and made it 2-0, and I thought, we're dead and buried at this point. But they've had a couple of injuries, and unfortunately we got an injury to Mbono in this match, and he's going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks, which is disappointing as hell. And that's why I left those substitutions, because of those 90th minute injuries, and I didn't want us to be, because of the situation we were in, I didn't want us to have, you know, the stoppage time with 10 men, because then we can concede those stupid goals like we did against Slima, and I cannot afford that kind of thing. But Ryan Sammet, 16-year-old winger, stepped in with 2 goals, and it's the best feeling I've had in terms of celebration since the Hibernians game where we actually won. You know, it would have been lovely to turn this one around, but a point against Floriana is a fairly decent result for a team like us. You know, we are going to be fighting for every point, and we might well have only won 1 game so far this season, but at least we're not losing loads. You know, we're stopping some of the better teams. You know, we've not come against the biggest side yet, and I feel like we're going to get our asses handed to us in that game, but we've also not come up against the worst team in the league yet, so it could be a bit of both. I'm feeling positive about it nonetheless. Still got injury troubles, of course. Also, apparently the board considers Simone Battaglia a bad signing. What in what world is he a bad signing? Also, we're going to be doing some business in January. We are going to be bringing in some more players. I basically decided to, instead of just wasting loads of our wage budget on players that I couldn't fully scout and I wasn't fully sure about, and with a relatively small pool, because our scouts hadn't had much chance to bring in any players into that scouting pool yet. So what I decided to do was just leave it, and we're going to wait till January, and we've still got like £2,500–3,000 a week to spend, and we should have a lot, because my scouting list is, before it had like 200 players on it. Now we're talking 600–700, and that's much better for me, and they're better scouted as well, so we'll have more idea of individual stats, because a lot of these are on Rangers still. I don't like scouting players where I don't really know that much about them. So in January we should be able to bring in some good quality players. There's one particular guy I've got my eye on, so we might actually have to shell out some transfer budget. Also, someone suggested I sign a guy that used to play for Chelsea, whose name was Ruben Sammet. He hasn't got a club anymore, but I tried to approach him and he wouldn't even talk to us, so there you go. Remember, we are a newly promoted team in the top flight in Malta. We do have to think about who we can sign. We can't go and sign Valletta, for example. I'm not sure he'd be up for that, to be honest. So yeah, a 2-2 draw against Floriana. Not a bad result. It's a home, you know, we've been okay at home, apart from obviously that result against Nasha. Not the worst result in the world, this one here. Next game though, oh my god, I don't even know. Like, they have probably the most lethal striker in this division in Latif Elford Aliou, and like, he's already got, I think, 15 goals this season. And you know, they took the lead through Hilary Akena, and I guess we weren't really that surprised. I wanted to try and hold them off longer than that, though. That was the issue. I really did want to try and just try and hold them off for as long as we could, and frankly, we managed to get ourselves a relatively quick reply through Dennis Sitnik, and that shocked me because we hadn't really done much up to this point. And I think we got very lucky in this game, but then neither team had many shots on target. We then conceded another penalty, and we're conceding too many penalties at the moment. I'm needing to try and find a way to stop that. But Elford Aliou dispatched that for goal number 15 or 14 of the season, I forget which. It was plenty. He's got like 3 hat-tricks already. He's like the Ronaldo of Malta. But then, Paul Gretsch, credit to him, off the bench, 2 minutes on the pitch, bang, 2-2, and we managed to hold out, basically. I just thought, no, we're not going to try and do anything silly. We're just going to hold on here. 433 people at this match, and a wonderful, wonderful point away at a team like Valletta. For me, that gives me confidence that there's a potential for us to actually do something, basically, I feel like we could really do that. So there you go. That's what we've been up to this month so far. Let's just take a quick look at the squad. So top goal scorer for us is Dennis Sitnick with 3 goals for us, and Samo, of course, with the 2 that he got in that one game, has 2, but he's a good prospect for the future. I think he's got decent potential. Yes, he bloody does, Christ. Terrible hair, but decent potential. His hair looks like an ice gem, or the top of a cupcake. Assists, it's Sitnick and Pulo, of course. Pulo's been called up for the national team too, which is always nice. We've got a few Player of the Match awards too, so we're not exactly falling too far behind. Average rating, Bayada, he's unfortunately getting a bit pissed off at me at the moment. He's had a couple of injuries, and I've not been able to play him as a result of his match fitness, and yet he's getting pissed because he's not playing. If I play him, he's 35, he will break a leg, or 3. And I'm talking about his own. Aerial challenges, 13 for Gretsch. He's been really solid when he's played. He's won a lot of headers for us, which is great. Key passes, 14 for Mirachi. Nice. Key tackles, 11 for Gretsch. He's such a useful player. Interceptions, 98 for him, of course. And average value, of course, Mbonu is I just said his name that was just a mumble. Mbonu. With a goal there as well. So, let's take a little look at the match preview. We're against Zebbug. They're the team below us. In fact, let's just take a little look at the league. I forgot to show you. So here is how it stands at the moment. There is 3 teams tied on 7 points. There's us, Leah, Balzan. I think it's Balzan. And then obviously, Hibernians are a couple of points above us. I think realistically, we could be trying to get sort of 8th place. It depends though. We have only won 1 match, but we have only lost 4 of our first 9, and that's not too bad. Yeah, 15 goals. These guys are running away with it. But the top 2 teams in Malta seem to always. But look at that, Valletta have only drawn 2 of their first 7 matches, and 1 of them was at home to us. So that's a positive sign for me. And they are the reigning champions, which is impressive considering they're semi-professional. And Birkirkara are not semi-professional, they're a fully professional team. They're the big ones, and we've got them in our next match. So if we can beat Zebbug today, there's a real opportunity. Also, guys, you'll notice I have the kits. Not all of the kits. There's a kit pack available on Sort It Out SI. There's a link to the Sort It Out SI kit section in the description to my videos. So if you do want the kits for this or any other league, do go check that out. It's only the teams that were currently in the top flight at the start of the season, so we don't even have the badge for Zebbug, but we do have the kits for them, which is kind of cool. So there's no kits for us, I don't think. As far as I can remember, we don't have any kits. No kits. But that's fair enough, no worries. I might make them at some point if we're here long enough, and I really do want to have a good old crack at this team now. I'm sort of setting out myself a plan. So the plan this year is stability, signing players that can keep us up and keep us comfortable. Then next season we'll sign a few more like that, but we'll also sign a few youngsters with decent potential, so we can start building a team for the future, because I really do want to have a crack at Malta, a really good one. I really want us to stay up this year, and if we can do that, I feel like there's plenty of room for us to kick on. Anyway, this episode's dragging on a little bit. This is what we're doing tactic-wise. Oh my god, well, we know we're playing the diamond against that. This is the tactic we used against Valletta away, and I think it worked quite well. It just sort of congested the pitch so much that they couldn't get through us, which was great. Now, as you can see, I removed the legacy tactic, and we're up to competent at least now. We're starting to get there, but it's going to take some time, and we've basically... Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of a while to do that, but I'm going to go for the diamond today. We're going to just change it around. Who have we got? Is everyone fit? Not perfect. Unfortunately, some of our we've got some really top young players like Fennett and Salah, and they're just not quite fully match fit yet, and that's the issue, because I really do want to start getting some of those guys into the team. Thankfully, our young goalkeeper, Carl Gerardo, he's not that old, is he? Oh, he's 27. My bad. He's still pretty decent, though. Has managed to sort of cement himself a place. But Setnik and Zureb are up there with Pulo sitting in the centre today. He's good out wide, but we do have solid wingers, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Britannia can play that role, but we generally often need him as a centre-back. Gretsch will start in the middle as well, so I'm fairly confident about our chances, basically. I really am. Let me just make sure I've got all the right settings. Sorry, I was playing a save for fun, would you believe? Yep, that's right. Over the weekend, I wanted to make sure I had all the right settings set, because I was doing some weird shit with the match day settings. Key, goal action. Yep, we're good. Right, we're the favourites, apparently, but that means nothing to me right now. We're not favourites to me until we've won the match. Still haven't figured out a way to do this. I looked in our staff responsibilities. I can't even see an option to set opposition instructions. It's really strange. So that's annoying, and that could be a dangerous issue, because... there we go. I was going to say, we need to get ourselves some good morale going into this game. This is so important. They say a bad run of bad results, but the fact is we're unbeaten in 3, 2 of which were against sides in the top three, one of which was away from home against the reigning champions. For me, that's a good result. A 2-2 draw is not a bad result at Valletta. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get those sort of results against the professional team, but you just never know. Their match fitness is bound to be higher. Sitnik, 1-0 already, 2 minutes on the clock, and that is a beautiful start. Dennis Sitnik, 1-0, that would move us right up into 8th place. 10 points from 10 games that would suddenly be, and I believe, personally, that a point a game should be enough to keep us up. That's the sort of philosophy I generally tend to use in this sort of in FM. Usually a point a game is enough to keep you up. Plus, when the league splits, we get to play against teams, you know, that are down with us, and if we've got the beating of some of them, that would be very, very useful. It means no more tough fixtures, apart from obviously, you know, away games. But yeah, this system generally works well against 4-3-3, as we found out last season. So if we can get a second goal here, Taboni Desira, Razak, go on, he's men forward, please don't shoot. Zureb, good block. Was that really a chance? Taboni Desira, ball in. Pulo, what a chance that was for Pulo. That should have been 2-0. We've started this game like a bullet. They've not even had a shot yet, and that is glorious. Please not. Oh, no way. That did not look in the area to me. The ball wasn't in the area, and fucking hell. They've not even had a shot yet, and they're about to get an equaliser. I can't believe that counted as a penalty. That didn't even look in the area for me, and just yet another penalty. Yusuf, and it's a goal for Zebbug. That is incredibly frustrating. We've been vastly the better side so far, dominated every facet, and they get a sodding penalty again. I might need to tell Birachi to ease off of tackles in our sort of individual instructions, because it seems to be him he scores all of our penalties, but he also seems to give them all away. Mirachi, Pulo. Zero, maybe for a long ranger? I wouldn't call that a highlight, really. Koblish there in goal. Go on, win that. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Triganza, he's so close to that. Don't let them score another one. Sorry, I had to shut up there because I thought to myself, they're going to score a bloody rebound goal. They've suddenly come back into this game a little bit now, but they're still playing 4-3-3, and I still think we're the better team in this one. So, you know, they got lucky with the penalty, but that was a chance for them. Around the corner for Sitnik. Can he get in from a tight angle? He has done. I think that's offside, though. Yeah, it is. Damn it. But it's showing a lot of, you know, we're looking decent today. I feel like we've got the beating of them. But I will keep an eye on their stats. Sitnik just needs to arc his run a bit more. It was quite lazy, but a good pick out from Agius there. And a nice finish, proving that at least he can finish on those sort of angles. But I think we might need to up the tempo, not up the tempo, but you know what I mean, like, as in up the intensity of this match slightly in the second half. The home game against Zebbug is crucial for a win, like absolutely vital, especially with Leah winning now. We've been the better team in that first half, I have to say. They've had 2 clear-cut chances, but one of them was the penalty, so I'm going to take that bit with a pinch of salt. That being said, they really should have scored the second one, like open goal kind of material, but well done by goalkeeper for actually defending. We can't change it, can we? Right. I'm not going to go on attacking just yet. I don't want to get caught out. If it's like gets to like 65 minutes, then I might try and go on attacking. But I still feel like I certainly don't want to lose this match. That would be utterly catastrophic, considering how well we've played in this one. Zara. Okay, Mifsud. Is Mifsud quite a popular name? Oh, please, no. Oh, what a save again. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Okay, right. Oh, damn it. Right. Yeah, what I was about to say is Mifsud a very popular name in Malta, because I remember there was a Maltese player that used to play for Coventry City, I believe, called Michael Mifsud. Oh, for fuck's sake. A penalty and a rebound goal. Shocker. In FM? No, that never happens. Why is he going with his feet? He could just pick that up. Oh, my life. I don't believe it. We've been doing so well this month and getting good results. Right, let's go on attacking then. I'm just in a little bit... I thought Gresh was about to score an own goal there. They've had more shots on target now. They're actually starting to really knock this. Look at the amount of clear-cut chances they've had. It's weird because it doesn't even look that unbalanced on the stats, but my God, they've been good. We're going to get a red card as well. It's just like back in Cyprus where you'd get injuries and red cards, isn't it? Oh, thank God for that. They'll probably score the free kick, though. Then we'd have a free kick, a penalty, and a rebound goal, and that's sort of the... Right, okay, we need to make some changes. I'm not entirely sure what just yet, but we do need to make... I can't believe we're losing at home to this lot. they've won one game all season. Right, let's make some changes in a sec. First, we're going to make some personnel changes. I'm going to bring on Ryan Samet. He's rescued us in the past. And we're going to get on Debono for Buttigieg, because he's just not... He doesn't seem to be able to maintain any sort of consistent level of match fitness at the moment, and that's the problem. We're going to tell him to push forward. I'm just not entirely sure. We need to... let's just take a little look at our full... Right, screw it. We're going to put the wingbacks on attacking, because we've got to do something for the rest of this match. What other changes can we make? I'm actually just going to lower the tempo slightly, because I want to see if we can work chances. You know, if we've got a better... If we can work an opportunity, it might help us a little bit more. Sorry, my keyboard's not working at the moment. Right, go on. At least get the equaliser. I mean, that would still be pretty shitty, frankly. But then 5 clear-cut chances, you can't, you know, knock that. It's just... I'm disappointed that we've let them have 5. Go on. Agis. Ball across. Oh, it's cleared away. Go on, get to that first. Debono, that's better. A little bit more composure. Samo inside. Go on. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. Oh, my God. It will not go in the net for us. That is such a... such a shitter. Oh, my God, right. We're going to have to go overload for the last 15 here. I'm in shock that we're losing this one, really, because we've actually played, like, as much as the clear-cut chances would dictate that perhaps they should win this game, fair enough, but we've actually been fairly good today. I'm just a little bit in shock that we've actually... What was that? I'm in shock that we've allowed them a situation where... Go on, Sitnik. How comes they can win those headers when we can't? Britannia, ball over the top, and Sitnik's going to get onto this. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Surely, yes, it is 2-2 here. We're not done. We need to win this match, but I am going to take it off of overload and put it back down to attacking. 2-2. Better. Yeah, we couldn't afford to lose to the bottom club. I don't know what their goalkeeper's doing here. He's so obviously the favourite for this. Leaves it, and Sitnik's in there again. He's doing well this season. He's sort of the main threat for us, and they've got an injury as well, which should help them, or help us anyway. Oh, go on, a goal from a corner. Mirachi, edge of the area. Zureb, can he find a pass, though? Anyone? Pulo, good touch. Oh, no. Toboni Desira needs to get his arse moving here. They've got a Zureb as well. That's right, don't concede a penalty, don't concede a penalty, don't concede a penalty, don't concede a penalty. Oh, good save from Gerrada. Okay, we nearly got caught on the break there, and that would have been awful, but I wouldn't take a 2-2, but in a situation like this, we might have to settle for it, but I just feel like we're the better team. Then again, the 6 clear-cut chances, they've created an awful lot of good close-range opportunities with very little shots, and that they deserve credit for that. Massive credit. Oh, whew, and nearly another one there. I'm tempted to just go back to control, just to make sure that we do actually not lose this one. It's crucial that we don't lose this, and that looks like it is going to be it. And a 4th draw in a row is not the ideal result, but at least it keeps our heads above water and keeps us above Zebbug. Zitnik, oh, how did he miss that? He literally let that run all the way across his body and didn't shoot. Samut, Toboni Desira. This has been the story of our month. We've come so close in a few games, and most of which have had to be comebacks, unfortunately. That was a really strange game. Like, they've created a lot, and we've allowed that to happen, and that's disappointing. But at the same time, we've also had a decent number of shots ourselves, and good 2 goals more for Sitnik. I don't know whether I'd be pleased or not, really. You know, it is still only 1 win in 10, but it is still only 4 defeats in that 10 games. So for me, we're hanging right in there. We're not, like, getting cut adrift of anyone. We're still, you know, I believe it's bottom goes down, and then second from bottom there's a playoff. So I still feel that we've got a good chance of staying up this year, provided Zebbug don't suddenly find massive form out of nowhere, basically. I'm sorry this episode's gone on for quite a little while, guys. I didn't realise it was going to go on for as long as that. I will try to wrap things up as quickly as we pick our next game. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this still. It's nice managing in Malta. I really do want to do well for this team, so we've got to make some decent plans to try and get that to happen. But, you know, only time will tell. We need to make the most of our home matches. That is crucial. Like, these sort of games, and games against the likes of Hibernians, like we already did win that, and Leah, those are the home games we have to win, basically, and we need to start doing that. And when we play Baltzan, we need to win that too. Right, let's just check the schedule. What have we got coming up? We've got a trophy game there. We've got Baltzan at home. Actually, we've got Leah. We'll do the Leah game, because the Baltzan one's a little bit too close. We've got a little run there of Baltzan, Hibernians, and Leah. If we could take some points from those matches, that would be absolutely fantastic. And we've also got a 3rd round game in the FA Trophy, which is rather strange. I assume we will end up losing in the final to North Ferriby United. Anyway, if you guys like what you're seeing and you're enjoying this so far, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Red Star and Outcast icons in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the home match against Leah. Let's hope we can come up with something special. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.